Last year I had a really good idea. I have decided that I'm going to change the colour of Narrowboat Alice Grace.
At that point, I'd only ever painted a daisy and butterfly on Alice. I'd not touched her original paintwork. But when I started the repaint, I quickly realised that I didn't like the colour that I had chosen for Alice. It just didn't suit her. Inspired by chicory and the common blue butterfly, which I met on the same walk.
Whoa!
I went back to square one, but this time with Mastercraft BS381C 172 Pale Roundel Blue. And I think she looks really lovely on this side. But 1 year later, on the other side.
So we need to try and find a mooring spot where I can sit on the side and paint. I mean, I've got longish arms, but that's ridiculous. You need to be Inspector Gadget to paint from this mooring spot.
So this evening we're taking a slow cruise in the middle of a very shallow Lancaster Canal to try to find the perfect spot for me to put right the mess that I've created. Anywhere between Golgate, the town we're leaving from, and the city of Lancaster ahead of us.
Just up here in this section of canal ahead, yesterday, a pair of swans, well, it was the cobs, they weren't paired with each other, but they were from two separate families. They were in the middle doing this incredible swan off.
This 360-degree circling between the two males is a non-violent standoff so they can establish invisible borders. The females are usually waiting on the boundary of their territory as the cobs mirror each other and weigh up the strength of their opponent. And now it's my turn to establish the invisible boundary between our narrowboat and the shallow bank in the winding hole, so that I can turn back to the nearest water point.
That didn't work, it's too shallow, can't turn there, so I'm going to go to Lancaster and try and do it in that section, which I've also heard is very shallow.
But good news, in the week that I've earmarked to paint the boat, we have been forecast to get the first rainfall in months.
Now that pink and creamy coloured plant over there, it's near the willow herb, is called raspberries and cream. Well, here it is.
And it has absolutely been covered in wildlife this week.
Gatekeeper on the Agrimony. Raspberries and cream. Absolutely stinks. It's not a pleasant smell. And it was so nice to meet Matt, Jen and their dog Rufus as I was staring at those plants. I must have looked like a right weirdo. I apologise for that, Matt and Jen and Rufus. Yeah, it was lovely having a chat to you and hearing about Rufus. Rufus is a school dog, so he goes into school to make children feel better. Dogs are incredible, they make everyone feel better. And Matt sent me a gorgeous photo of Rufus in his school uniform. Zephyr started out her puppy life being a school dog for me. She used to come into work with me. She hated it. She really hated it. She was not cut out to be a therapy dog. Yeah, you weren't keen, were you? Do you remember when you ate all my paperwork in the office?
As soon as she stepped on the narrowboat, she was the happiest she's ever been, and we both love spending every day together, where she has proved to be the best therapy that I could ever have hoped for. And from reading my book about life on the Lancaster Canal from a boat family's perspective, it seems the love they had for their horses was an equally precious bond too. One story tells of when the Ashcroft family's pony was in pain with the gripes. They stopped what they were doing, pulled over immediately to start gently rubbing the horse's stomach. They had been so distracted with the pony that when they had got off they hadn't noticed that the boat had hit a stone on the canal bottom and water was coming in on the cabin floor. The prospect of trying to repair a 50-ton laden boat did not daunt them in the least. With only the basic tools and equipment, the boat was patched up with a mixture of horse manure and tar, and with the pony now recovered, away they went.
I don't know, it looks like Zephyr. This canal is quite difficult to navigate at the moment. It's really beautiful. I'm so pleased that we actually came across the Ribble Link to get here. We might never be able to get off again, but what a beautiful place to be stuck. No, we do have to get off, and we are still planning the island trip, so that's all going on as well. But I really want Alice to look top notch before we take her off this canal system. So let's get the right place to paint her. Yeah, there's no way you can get in here and more. Look at it. Great big rocks and no water. Here, the things underneath the hull. Isn't this a spectacular looking bridge? 91 it says here, so I'll check against my book.
This section is known as deep cutting, and it was built through glacial deposits in order to avoid a long detour. It's 30 foot deep, over a mile long, and lined with an intricate wall of antique trunks and branches.
Watch out for the boulders and sticks, Sam. Yeah, you're on boulder and stick watch. Having to really keep my eyes peeled on the rocks and the fallen trees along this section. I'm trying to not look too carefully at the sides because it's a bit frightening. It's a bit frightening seeing all these big boulders. So I'm keeping to the middle and just looking at what's straight ahead of me rather than too much to the left or the right.
suddenly I'm abandoning plans to get water in Lancaster. I mean, showers are really overrated anyway, aren't they? And I can wash down in the forthcoming rain. Because I see a totally impractical but absolutely beautiful mooring spot that's got our name written all over it. Oh, I just stopped because I saw this spot and I thought, oh, this is nice and straight. I wonder if we can get in. I don't think we can get in much more than that, and then we'll be on a lean. And then we'll be just a bit too far out, I think. Because it's a lovely spot, it'll be fine with a plank, but because I want to paint here, I just don't think it's going to be doable. I mean, unless I stand in the water with my wellies on, that's a shout, and paint in wellies. I could inflate Little Signet and then sit in Little Signet with all my painting stuff and go up and down this side in the inflatable dinghy. Get along there, definitely. I mean, I will have Zephyr with me because she cannot let me go in the dinghy without her being in the dinghy. But this is perfect along here. And there's my silver Y. Travelled with us, tucked in the pram hood. I hope you enjoyed the journey. Let the painting begin. Hang on, Seth. Yeah, perfect. Right. Let's move it down here. Perfect. Now. At last our boating project had begun.
Oh, you put paw prints on my chamois leather to dry the boat down. Just two?
Yeah, 2 or 3, I think.
Oh, right. Let's go and get my other cameras out.
Oh my god, there's otters here today. Daryl, our narrowboat Grey Goose, who is moored just in front of me, has come along to tell me that there's a family of otters right by us on the canal.
Moorhens have got right out of the way. They're right at the top of the trees. They all shot out. So I knew that the otters were in that area. This is why I don't get any boat jobs done, because there's just too many amazing things to watch on the canal.
It's fact that we share the same address as the Otters blows my mind, and I will never ever lose the excitement of knowing that.
That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I've just literally spent the last 40 minutes waiting and watching them.
But when I returned back to Sanding, Zephyr decided that she was going to take a more land-based supervisory role.
I can do this last section, Zeph. I know. Thank you for supervising. Now I just need to go along the boat, give it a wipe down and dry it off, ready for painting. Actually, Zeph just come up with a good idea. She said, because it's going to rain, just leave it, Mum, and then I'll just dry it in the morning before I paint it. But I will need to tape it, but I think I'm not going to tape it until it's dry, because then the tape will go all soggy and horrible. So that's today's job done.
Now I know some of you might be thinking, when is Zephyr going to get her trip out on Little Cygnet? Well, I've got lots of exciting dinghy trips planned for Zeph, and beach walks too. But this week I just had to get this painting done.
Let's sort the boat out because it literally is in the middle of the canal. So lovely to see the rain and hear the rain and watch it filling up the canal.
Taping the coach lines whilst balancing on a dinghy was perhaps the most challenging part of the project.
Zeph, do you think it's going to rain? No? Oh, okay, let's go with your weather forecast. Right, in the boat with me, I've got a grey cross spider. They love steel boats, although obviously Little Cygnet isn't steel. But, oh, where have you gone? You have got 8 little paintbrush holders there, so I might be getting you helping me in a minute. Don't you run away, there's work to be done. One there. Where is the other tape? Have you gone off with it, Wallace? Wallace Webb, where are you? Oh, it's up in it. It's up there. It's up there. Well, that's it. She's taped up. And as long as no one comes down the towpath with a spirit level, we'll be fine. Well, I've got lots of visitors. Wallace Webb has done a runner since I asked him to help out with the painting. Don't know where Silver Wye's gone, but now we've got speckled wood.
Finally, it was time to paint. Then, after the second day, and when the second coat had dried, it was the moment to unravel and reveal.
Ready? Yeah. Good girl. I'm just going to tie it here.
Now it's just the black coach lines and gunnels that need painting, and of course the roof, but I think she's looking much better already.
Right, let's get our tree pot. Right, you have this to start with. Oh, tea's gone everywhere. Let's have some Earl Grey and let's mix it with some Darjeeling. Did you like that? Did you stick? Yeah, you like these. What's leaking? Tea leaves are stuck. Yes.
I cannot paint you perfectly, as perfect's hard to do. My painting perch is wobbly, my hand and brush are too. Yet there you sit so stationary, as if you're sat on glue, loyally and faithfully, and that's exactly you. I'll try to catch how patiently you watch me to and fro, busily and hastily puffing as I go, wondering when I'll be free to walk and catch and throw. I may not paint you perfectly, but you're perfect, you know.